Hello, everyone, and welcome to our BREEZY series from Well FM that dives deep into the OG artists that we've collected in our vaults. Together with Eleonora from Breezy Art and myself, we are your hosts today. We have a very, very special guest with us, NFT artist Sturec. And Sturec can pronounce her name even better than me, so So she is a digital animator with a background in engineering and design. She was born in Izmir, Turkey, but is truly a global citizen and has lived and studied across continents in cities like Paris, Istanbul, and Bangkok. Her artistic background is very diverse, and her upbringing and it includes experience in the world of design, technology, engineering, and tattooing. She participated in organized exhibitions and workshops across the world, and notably in Paris and Istanbul. So, with that long intro, welcome, Sturec. We're really happy to have you. And,
Hello.
this has been so long since we've talked. So, how you doing?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm fine. I was a little sick, but I recovered well. But everything's cool right now. I'm having a little long holiday. It's been actually 1 month, and everything's fine right now. I'd been away for a while from the NFT scene, so I think that's why we didn't talk much.
I know it's felt like several years now, of course, but it's probably been about 6 months or so.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's just how it goes here in this
yeah.
space. But yeah, it's been crazy. For those watching that have never seen your work or who don't know about you, give us an intro of yourself and your experience so
Um,
far.
Yeah, I entered the NFT world back in 2019, and I always started with animated works instead of still images, and I'd been active, like really active, for 2 years. Then I took some a little time off, but right now I'm back, and actually I was more into 2D art. Right now, I also do 3D works, but generally animations. Is it enough? I can add more.
No, that's great. That's great, and we're really excited. We have Eleonora here. Eleonora, how are you doing? It's been
A
about a
month.
month.
I mean, not that we don't talk on our chats, but here, yeah, it's been a month. It will always be a month. I'm good, thank you. I always, as usual, very happy to be here at the end of the month. One of my favorite, maybe my favorite appointment of the month with to have these discussions with artists that for me could last forever, but we have to be in 1 hour time. And not very happy to have Sturec. She can also pronounce better than me, but we already discussed this. I think that the pronunciation is different, but this is like crypto space. Geographically agnostic, so everyone pronounce it the way they want to.
Yeah.
No, I'm very happy to be here with you, Starek. I love your work. And today we had a little conversation with her, and I was saying, like I as each month we also as Breezy for we create daily posts and contents for the artists of the month and newsletter, and it is very I'm very happy when I love the art that I have to post, so that the days start in a very nice way. So there was a pretty fantastic posting this past month, and also, yeah, I have some questions for you, but I just wanted to say before starting that I think um, um, like I was writing my curatorial text as usual for each artist, and each time I try to understand. I just try to write about what I feel about the works that I have been experiencing and seeing the whole month. This is why I always get last time. it's also an excuse, but I always get less time to write the curatorial text because I really like to see all the works and like get familiar with it for an entire month. That's very important. And really, like when I look at your work, I feel I wrote that the first thing that I can think about is oniric. You're like in this colorful places and spaces, but everything is very clean, precise, and balanced, perfect. And although like the use of color is very generous, um, and um, and then I thought, it really is like a dream because like we have been studying and trying to understand dreams since forever now, and we didn't understand yet. And we never know if why we're having these dreams, where they belong to, reality or dreams. And that sometimes we have like physical consequences from a dream, or we never remember about our dreams. You never know where you are in this very hybrid kind of space, which I think that's how I feel when experiencing your work. I feel peaceful, like I feel peace because everything is like completely harmonious, beautiful, and again very balanced. But then of course I understand, at least that's how I feel, like I have glimpses of like a more complicated and complex like attitude behind these final results, right? So this is why I started with is less more? Yes, probably with her work, less is more. And geometry and all this, all these shapes and like symmetries that appear very easy to our eyes to enjoy and to understand. But I'm sure that behind these scenes, like there is a whole world. So um, I wanted to ask you about your passion and like inspiration for geometric shapes, geometry, and math. I know that it also comes obviously from your personal studies and experiences that you had in your life, which is also very cool to see how sometimes artists do not start with artists like artistic studies, but then that's how they actually get to create something very new and original because they apply what they have been learning in, right, like from other disciplines in life. So where does your inspiration come from? Why are we looking at these very colorful but geometric pattern artworks?
Yeah, so as DC told before, I'm an engineer actually. I come from a family of engineers. And like all my childhood, I was like obsessed with math, even though like I don't look like I'm a math person. Like, and I always wanted to be an architect when I was a child. So at school, I was always like drawing buildings, but like all the lines have to be perfect, and if not, like I was just like tearing up and just throwing them away. So like I'm obsessed with like everything to be like perfect, precise. And I love the numbers. By the way, I love the curational piece you wrote. I was like, oh my god, she's like
Thank you.
amazing. Oh my god, am I this? Like this is awesome. So like it's actually everything that like I have in mind. And also the colors are actually the main colors, the ones like right now you see, they come from the childhood paintings of mine, because when I was a child I started to make the fish, the weird geometric thing, I call them fish. So I was doing them when I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, the same fish everywhere, like on the walls and stuff. So when I started the crypto art scene, i I picked the colors from those paintings, I scanned them, and then I just picked them. And also actually the funniest part is i I figured out my inspiration for the colors and the landscapes, that it came from the summer house I am. All right. Oh, by the way, it looks amazing, the gallery. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the gallery at the same time. So here, I don't know if I can show you, but like we have, it's my grandma's summer house, and we have this beautiful sea, a little view. and the little mountains. So I figured out that I picked the scenes from this place actually. So like it's that, but like math is my real thing. At the same time, right now I'm also doing a little trading, but like totally technical side, not fundamental. So I think that's why I have the precise, obsessive a little, maybe the symmetry and the patterns.
But did you always know that you wanted to be an artist and you were just studying something else, but in the same time, like also creating art, or it came later?
I was always creating art, but like in my family also, like because I was good at math, all my teachers, and also in Turkey, it's like when I was a teenager, it was important to be like an engineer, like become an engineer, like uh, so I decided to be an engineer, and like my parents told me, if you want to do art later, like you can go abroad and study some art. I'm sorry, I'm my mom is saying, my mom is mentioning that she has global awards on art because like she paints really well, but her drawings are awful, like all the lines are like,
Oh,
and my dad is like the perfect line person. So my oh my god, my inspiration is just get ruined. So she's like obsessed with the colors, and my dad is obsessed with the lines, and I'm right now just figuring it out. And I think I completed it with the summer house view I had. Oh, she's saying she's saying that she was worldwide the first painter in 1972. Anneciğim lütfen kapatır mısın kettle'ı? Burada önemli bir event'teyim. I'm so sorry. I told her 10 million times not to make any noise, but she's again making it. I'm so
she's
sorry.
not making noise. She is part of the interview.
Yeah, she just like took out the dishwasher right now. Like I'm like making like this. Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't know where I was. I studied engineering, and then afterwards, I wanted to go to Parsons, actually, Parsons New School, and actually I got accepted, but at that time I couldn't go. I had 1.5 year, like a kind of master's degree in Paris of design, like communicational design, and that's where I like started learning the digital art part. And then I came back to Turkey and had another master's degree, and it was actually like something like I wanted to do at Parsons, like the same courses and stuff. I tried out tons of stuff actually, like to other than art, being making art, but I was always sketching and painting on my own. But I knew that at the end I would like, end up with art. Like I couldn't be a corporate person, and just like I don't know, like it took me back here. So right now, like I'm so happy with making art all the time. Actually, it's
And how did you also, like, how did you enter then the crypto art space? So I want to tell this story. Today we were talking and she was like, well, at the beginning, I mean, who knew what this crypto art was? She said, I thought that in order to be called crypto art, I had to put the symbols of crypto inside. And I was like, whoa, this is not talk about this right now. Let's talk about this in the like in the gallery show, because this is very interesting also, because I mean, there are many definitions of crypto art, which is very fun because it's just born like a few years ago and there's so many of it. And it's also the beauty of it because it means that it doesn't have one, which I love. But then there are people, and there is a definition of crypto art, which says that crypto art needs to be self-referential. So yes, crypto art is all this art where you can find references to crypto. So it's not that absurd to think that. But tell me why you started to do crypto art, how you transited from digital animations to crypto, and what did it mean for you to put crypto symbols in your art?
Yeah, I'll tell the crypto symbol thing. Actually, I was like trading at that time, And
Mhm.
I also like I wanted to know if there's a space that involves art in the blockchain technology, because like even though I was trading, I wanted to know the technology a little bit. Like I wouldn't be like creating an Ethereum or something, but I wanted to learn if I can like code make code art or digital art or animations in it. So like I was checking the Bitcoin Talk forum all the time if there's a space and a community that I can join. Because before crypto art scene, actually, I wasn't selling any digital animations. Like I was tattooing, I was making logos or like um, business design, like web design and stuff. But I wasn't selling my own compositions online. So I wanted to find a place that which is free, like I can be free, I can do whatever I want and be in the crypto scene, like because and then I found out super rare,
Mhm.
and then I started to see the community, and like I wanted to enter a space which is like super friendly and like that less small and like people don't know about. So since people didn't know, I wasn't aware what crypto art actually meant. So like I thought that I had to put like cryptocurrency symbols to the artworks at first.
I had to. Well, maybe
Yeah.
you were right.
Yeah, no, because like there were no Turkish people at the moment, and I didn't know any foreign people. I just know the people who were like Bitcoin maximalists from the forums, and they weren't involved in crypto art. So like I was just like trying to figure out what it was on my own. Then like after I think it took like 1 or 2 weeks that I thought crypto art was like had to involve cryptocurrency logos, but not for long, like not for long.
That's good. And it was so, and then you started to sell your digital art
Yeah,
as your own
yeah.
creations.
My digital art, which wasn't ordered, like which only represented me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was super important for me. Actually, it was like amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. My-
Another, now another interesting thing that came up today in our conversation is actually like Turkey. And I want to just stress out the importance of, I mean, the beauty of the crypto art community to be, again, as Jason Bailey wrote in 2018, um, geographically agnostic, because you were talking about the fact that you didn't meet many people from the crypto art community IRL because of visa
yeah.
issues and all these things, but then you seem to be very connected still with the people of the community. So, like, what did it mean for you to be so worldwide connected, being in a country that, I mean, it doesn't have any problems, but maybe it's a little bit difficult to,
Yeah.
let's say, travel abroad for a long time?
Yeah, actually, like I met the Turkish people like who are doing crypto art, but we have the bureaucratic stuff, and it's really hard to get a like. Not, it's not hard, but like you have to do. It's not that easy. Like you get on a plane and you just go to Paris. Like so,
Yeah.
it was hard for me to go to the real life events at the beginning. It because of the pandemic, we didn't we there were no in real life, like no live events. Everybody was e-meeting and so it was perfect for me actually because like I didn't have to go anywhere. But like for the last week, I think all the events started, and actually I didn't attend to any of them, like any foreign country things. And but right now I'm just renewing my passport, and I'll just get a visa, and I think I'll get a long visa, and like I think I'll be there at NFT Paris. Like I just want to go that first. Like I have
But
to
did
be
you
there.
but did you still feel part of a community even though it was impossible for you to travel? I mean,
Yeah, of course, because like since I'm not, this is my own opinion, since it began like online community, it still has that feeling. But
yeah.
I think it's important to meet in real life as well right now. Actually, like I felt, to be honest, I felt a little bit left out because I didn't meet anyone in real life. It's, of course, it's different because, um, but still, with my best crypto buddies, I still have the same connection. It didn't change. But yeah, I think it's important.
And then at the beginning of the conversation with DC, you said that you have been a little bit far from the space, like for a little while. Can I ask you why?
I had some issues that I won't give details. So like
Oh,
I
okay.
just wanted,
Personal.
yeah, no, it's not like it's not secret. Like I just don't want to talk. So I had in real life problems and stuff, some health issues. So like I wanted to be like just stay home, paint, and like read stuff and be on my own kinda. But like I right now I'm back. It's everything's cool. Yeah,
Well, we are
it's
happy.
not a secret. It's just like health
No,
issues.
it's fine. We don't have to talk about that. I thought,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, there are artists who left to see because they're
Oh,
comfortable, like about the, you know, like the
oh,
changing space or the career. That's why I was asking. I don't. We
oh.
don't have to talk about your personal.
Actually, that's a little bit part of it. Like, um, I don't want to say the place got toxic, but like it expanded too much in a little short period of time. So like I also had like I that's a little bit made me far from it too. And also I saw and talked to, I won't give names because it's not my thing, some of my old friends that I met in 2019. Most of like half of them just like took off, like they're not doing anything in the crypto arts. Yeah, that's a little sad, but some of them are coming back. So
Good.
I think everything's okay right now for everyone.
It's good. We clean house with the bear market. You know, that's why
Yeah,
the are coming back.
yeah. Also, there were a lot of scammers. Like I'm not saying the
Yeah.
toxic. Like I still get the weird scam emails and tweets and stuff. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
okay, but now you're back, and we are looking here at this fantastic collection of your works that we have in the vault. Actually, many. Do you want to talk about these works a little? Any of them? Like,
I'm sorry, it's my dog. Yeah, actually, the one, the rainbow Fındık. I'm sorry, Fındık. It's my mom or the dog.
many people in the interview.
That one, the pattern, like I love this one actually, the little Ethereums. It's not because I thought crypto art was cool because of the logos. The pattern was actually the first, like the former artworks. Uh, most
The
of
other
them,
one is
yeah,
Mhm.
most of them were based on the paintings. Like I scanned them and I digitalized them. The
Yes.
one, the rainbow one, I made it back when I was in Paris. I remember, yeah, 2011, and I just scanned. I did it like each little square with like painting, and it took like 1 or 2 months to finish that.
Oh, this is physical painting.
Yeah, and right now it's lost. I don't know where it is.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's sad. Yeah,
Mhm. I
yeah,
mean, we like this forever. This will be forever. That's
yeah,
why we do the blockchain.
yeah. But it didn't involve any gradients. Right now, the digital has gradients. The physical had no gradients. It was just solid colors, and it's exactly the same physical. And I just added some hue with After Effects. I generally use Adobe Illustrator. I'm not like I use Photoshop as well, but like these are all Illustrator works and After Effects. Yeah, this one's I love this one. I wish I had the physical.
I had a question for you because in a lot of your work you have a lot of film grain, and I think is that just purely a design choice, or is it something that you really like aesthetically?
I didn't understand what you the film grain. Oh,
Yeah.
the yeah, I love it. I love that. I don't know why. I just love that. Uh, I don't know. I just love putting it in some part of the. Maybe it's because it's a little imperfect, so just it can make a weird composition having two opposite sides. Yeah, I just use that a lot. I love that. But I generally use it with the colors, not like the TV grain.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I love it too. That's why that's
Yeah,
why I had
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about it.
But isn't it like good to have it in a little part? And I saw lots of artists use it that way. Generally, people use it with the gray, but they just put it in a little part of it, and it looks amazing. Yeah, this has also like the um line
Makes it
stuff.
more, yeah, makes it more, almost like more human. I mean, more,
Yeah,
real.
Yeah,
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 very fluid. It's very fluid, kind of like how, like a water flows.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
So,
And
Sturec,
do you think, go, go,
oops,
go, go,
sorry.
go. No,
I
go.
just, no, that's okay. It's Rune. I just wanted to say that while, I've been a little under the weather a little bit, but as we were putting this together, Cartoon and I, who unfortunately is not able to make it, Cartoon Advisory helped me to make this gallery, and it was we were noticing, like, we were talking about the different shapes and all the different like clean lines in between it, because he's an artist also, and I try to be at times, but I'm never, not, whatever, anyway. um but what was funny was, while we were working on it together, my daughter, who's 5, she comes walking in, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, those are beautiful." Like,
Oh,
out of nowhere. And so I was like, "You made a fan already with a future generation." And Cartoon just started laughing so hard. He's like, "Yeah, these are great." So I just had to share that with you, that you made
oh,
her
thank
really
you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
happy.
I'm always so happy when children likes it more, actually, because
Yeah.
I want to give the happy feeling. Like, I'm not really optimistic, but like I want to look at the artwork and I just want to feel good. Like
Yeah,
I
she
want to get the
loves
good
the color.
feeling.
Do you think, Sturek, that your because obviously there's not only the works that are collected here in the vault, but like I was looking at your new creations even on your Instagram that for instance, I'm looking right now. It seems like you became more and more minimal, even more, and like yeah, minimal, precise, strong, defined colors. So seems like is it a new, like, current or trend that you're following, or your style evolved in time for different reasons? Would you ever be back to create something like we are seeing here now?
Yeah, actually, I'm just returning back to these. Actually,
Okay.
right now, I'm making some new artworks with the fish. The reason I went to that space, that part, actually, the main reason was my mood. Like, I was in a dark place. I didn't feel good, and like I didn't want to see any colors. Like, I'm not telling this to make a depressive
No, no, no,
company.
but it's
Yeah,
very interesting because it's very
yeah,
different.
yeah, because actually I have like the mood disorder, like so it affects everything that I have, like even my sleep, my eating and stuff. So when I was doing these, actually, like money wise, I didn't have any money, like, uh, and but I was like feeling so peaceful. I was in a really good place. I was living minimal, like forever. I wasn't going to holidays and but I just wanted to make these and feel good about myself. Then at the same time I was learning new softwares, like 3D artwork softwares. And so at that time, actually, it's like a coincidence. It's not because I was learning those stuff. My mood, like I went to a really dark place, so just I started making those dark stuff, like even though they still have the colors actually.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't give up the colors, but like always the dark stuff. So since I'm doing fine for the last 3 months, everything's so cool. I'm cycling, I'm doing sports, I'm swimming and stuff. So I again started, like, I opened my Adobe Illustrator. I just deleted it, like I didn't want to see the Illustrator. So actually it's not evolving, it was just a stage. And also I like making different stuff. Like it's not because I get bored, but I like it. I like different mediums, like 3D artworks. But right now I'm back to 2D and like the colors again with the nearly same palettes. I found new color palettes. I'm using those. Yeah, like I think I'll go back, and maybe I'll go back to dark space again.
Yeah. No, but thank you for explaining that. It's so very interesting. You think, like, I don't know you personally, and I can still see something different in,
Yeah.
right, like in your creations. And what you said, but I didn't give up the color, is the colors
Yeah.
is very beautiful and very true. It's like it's all this dark background, but the colors are even stronger. They're even more
Yeah.
defined.
The with metallic stuff. I think it's kind of maybe like hope of finding it back. I don't know, like, but it was like all those pieces. But the ones you saw in Instagram, again, like I'm still making those, but like they're generative artworks.
Mm-hmm.
But like you maybe saw it, like the colors are popping more and more every day, like they're coming back.
Yes, that's great. Are you interested in generative?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do it from time to time. I use processing actually, like it's Java based. I don't use JavaScript.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, these are, I found it's an open source software. It's an amazing math software. These are not minted. I'm just like making, trying out stuff with
Mhm.
those. Um, and I thought that they had perspective. The ones, not these. These are the dark ones. But the ones you told, like the solid colors with pop up colors,
Mhm.
the even though they have perfect perspective, I thought like they don't have any perspective for me. So just I made them no perspective. Yeah, and my mom is commenting on each of them, like she's trolling me.
Good. It's good to have more people in the interview, especially if it's moms, of course. And where are you going? What do you think? Where are you going with your art? What do you have for the future? What are you curious about, which doesn't include something that you already did, or where do you see yourself going now?
um like I'm sure I'll continue learning new softwares, not like super realistic 3D stuff. I think I'm more 2D person, and
Mm-hmm.
like cartoonish, more colorful. Uh, I'm planning like to mix generative art more to these,
Mm-hmm.
like the ones, the Cotton Landy, the pink one with the mountains. It involves also the generative artworks. I think it's on the left. Um, where is it?
I
I think
love
it's
this
on
one.
the right now. Yeah. This in the sun, like it's not the sun, but in the trees and the circle shape, it involves generative art. Actually, it's not
Ah,
made with. Yeah, so it's just dropped in. So I think mixing 2D with generative art is super cool. I think I'll start like attending the NFT events. Just I don't think that I'll have any bad, like I won't get away from the scene again. So I think I'll continue and I'll just see where it goes.
great. And yes, it really. I mean, this works. It all feels like to me to be again in a dream. It's very like dreamy and peaceful, balanced, harmonious. Do you Do you use, because at the end of my text I wrote about the golden ratio, the divina proporzione, which is
Yeah.
we didn't invent anything. It is in nature, and we just studied it and understood like this, the whole formula, if there is one, the formula of beauty and like of perfection. Do you apply that proportion at all in your works?
I use it in the generative artworks. I had some creations directly involving it actually, but there I didn't show it anywhere. But it's so funny that I use it every day when I'm just trading, like every day. It's every day on my screen on the trading charts. So like I think it's in my subconscious already. Yeah, it's like that.
I think so. I was like, I don't know if she's using any of these proportions, but the effect, the final feeling, it really is like that.
Yeah.
Is there any other artwork from what we have here that you would like to talk about? Maybe you have like a special story, or it's very dear to you.
Let me see. Um, uh, can I look at the? They're all special for me. I just love them. I love Catalandy actually. One of my favorites is the boat, the rainbow one, because it resembles my life back in Paris. Like it was one of the most happiest times I lived. Also the ETH skull, the ones that licking the Ethereums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that because like I'm kind of an Ethereum maximalist. So like yeah, it's like it's really cool. Like we thought of this with my boyfriend, like how to make it. Like yeah, this is super fun. This was super fun to make. I love
But
this one.
it is fun to see too.
Yeah, so
And about the
it's
PSDI, which is I think on the left, DC from here. If you can go around, I want to know about this piece. No, the one with the. No, sorry, it's on the right. Poor DC.
I'm going. You tell me where to go.
There, the eye. Yeah, the one in front of you.
oh
Going.
yeah, it's privacy. Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
This is a very hot topic right now.
Yeah, I made a couple of these kind of artworks that like actually more than half of them they are colorful, but like I'm sure you read the descriptions, but most of them are really dark in their descriptions. Like it's not that I want to give a message, but like okay, everything seems cool. Yeah, everything is really nice, but it's not actually. Even though beautiful stuff have. Like
really love.
darkness in them. Yeah, yeah. I love this piece. Like I love it.
Do you have any
Pretty.
questions, DC, that you want to ask Sturec?
Yeah. um, well, I'm
I
always
love this.
curious of, like you said, what you're doing next, because you've been involved in some of the early generative projects. I remember that you did one with the human mind. Was it? They were taking some shots or some scans of the brain, right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was very early in the generative, before generative stuff became kind of popular.
You mean the MRI scans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Actually, it's AI. I made them with the Playform team. It was the AI artwork. I didn't code it. I used their software, so I had no AI coding experience in that. I added like super colorful patterns and my original brain MRIs. And I trained the AI software in it, like it gave so super weird artworks actually. So we named them my brain on drugs, because each pattern gave them a different like effect. Like I don't do drugs, but like the Playform team helped me a lot. Like we searched Google to see, oh my god, this is like more into that drug, and this is like this. Like it was amazing. Actually, I'm always curious about AI, and I see that right now it's really like at the really early beginning it was also really trend in crypto art, but it faded away for a while. But right now I see that lots of artists again came back to AI. um i I would actually like to learn how to code it, but I think it's, yeah, it's like a really you need a really long time, like, but why not? Like my mom always wants me to learn AI actually. Okay.
I agree with your mom.
What?
I agree with your mom. No, I mean,
Yeah, wow.
one of the biggest problems that we have right now with generative art, obviously not everyone, I'm talking about the big picture, is that, the very famous critique that it all looks the same. The
Yeah.
aesthetic of it, these pieces look very similar. I was having conversations with people like Elena Sarah and, these people, and it's like, if you don't, um, if you're not part of the process, which is to code your own algorithm, at the very beginning there was also not many artists using it, so this is why it was still very original. But right now, like input, like the fact that you're going to input tons of images, you are the curator of the images, but the output of the same algorithms is very similar. I will never be someone saying that they all look the same, because I don't agree, but you have to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, right? And also like talk to other artists who know their limits, and they're like, then it will be collaborations. I will collaborate with someone who's able to do that, and we can, right, like collaborate on the way. But to use these already pre-made algorithms is becoming dangerous a little.
Yeah, yeah, and I tried out the Dali. Everyone is like super crazy about it, and I think it's like really super fascinating, the output. But yeah, I agree. I feel like first I don't feel like I made it, because like the computer makes it, and I have no in I'm not involved in the coding. Like since I know how to code, like I want to see at least what the code is like, which maybe it's, if it's open source it would be like easier, like I'll feel like I'm a part of it.
Mhm.
And also like after a while they start looking the same, not same. Yes, I really agree with you, but like I saw really amazing outputs, like really amazing. But yeah, I don't feel like I made that. The brain thing I mentioned, I felt like I was really involved with it. Yeah, I didn't code again, but um, me writing and getting an output feels like I feel a little left out of the
Yeah.
process. Yeah,
And also it's a collaboration with
yeah,
the computer, but then
yeah,
it's not the same collaboration. You see what I mean? It's like if you collaborate with an artist who can actually collaborate with you and write the code, and then you decide together, is one thing. But it's
yeah,
almost like everyone is collaborating with the same person, which that's
yeah.
why the code is similar.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. I love that. I'll sell this explanation to my friends.
I have to agree 100%. It does feel like I've been playing with Midjourney for a month and a half now, and I mean I love it because it's so interesting to see what the computer will come up with that, with some keywords that you put in, and some of it you're just like, what? How did it come up with that? And I do agree. It's, if you don't see the code, then and you're seeing the output, you're just kind of feeling a little bit left out.
Yeah,
So when it comes to selling that art by itself, so I mean, I could sit here and I could put in keywords and I, whatever I think's cool comes out of the computer. I could mint that and put it on the blockchain and then sell it all day long, right? But it feels like it's not you.
Yeah.
And that's the struggle. And I think that's I think collaboration is really the key word if you want to collaborate with the computer. You know, grab something that you think is cool based on the words that you put in, and then add your spin to it. I think that's something that, you know, myself, I've been wanting to explore, you know, and I have been recently with some new stuff, but yeah, I do feel like there has to be enough of you in it to make it your art, right? I feel kind of weird about it still.
Yeah, but the outputs are like really gorgeous. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about the outputs. I love them. I even tweeted, I show my friends, but yeah, it's not mine. Like,
No, of course. I mean, the good news is that we are very much at the beginning of it. Generative art. I know that generative art started a long time ago, but for this new take on it, and so there is a lot of noise that needs to be clean. But noise also brings experimentation. Like if you don't go through this phase, you know, of thousands of artworks and images created, you will never get to the point where you start to be like, okay, this is what we want, this is what we don't want. So it's good that everyone is experimenting with that. I think also it's good that artists are doing that, because in another conversation that I had, it seems like until now this generative part was the whole aesthetics and take like choice, you know, the aesthetic was left in the hands of coders who are creators, but maybe they were not artists. You know, some of them, they're just creating the algorithm. Some of them, I mean, I believe the coders are artists as well. Not all of them. And so, you know, like the artists had too few inputs on it because they didn't even understand what it was. And so we arrived before this moment. We were at a point where generative art aesthetic was dictated by what the coders were doing. It's like, I don't understand anything about it, I give you my right, like this is my artworks. But so from now, where actually the artists are playing with the computer directly, and they're, you know, putting their hands more on it. And now the next phase will probably be, okay, we need to understand how to code or collaborate with other creators or coders who know how to code the algorithms, but the input that we will give together, because now at least I have a glimpse of what it is. So then the aesthetic will change again and will dictated by the artist. So I think that it's all necessary phases. That's how I positively see this, to get to a more developed point, like for the blockchain, right? For everything.
yeah.
So let's see where it's. I mean, generative art is very fascinating. Let's see where it will go. A lot of noise right now. A lot of noise.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. But I agree. I totally agree with you.
And
oh, I love this.
I'm gonna put this on the screen. This is one of my favorite pieces of yours, and I'm lucky to have one. So, what I wanted to mention about the art is there's always some little details that are going on, and this one, of course, it's the whales that are going across the sand.
Yeah.
And the shadows are just absolutely amazing. It looks like, I mean, it looks so cool. The effect, everything going on at the same time. So, and you kind of see this theme within most of the works. And before we get to the curatorial text, I wanted to point that out a little bit over here. Even on the more static pieces, you see that the film grain is just in spots, and of course the moon is moving, but your use of the film grain and then the static imaging behind is always really cool. So I always love seeing all the little details coming out of even the film grain in the UFO with the it's so cool, and that's why I mentioned the film grain, because I'm a big fan of it, obviously. But it's I love how you only take a section of it in some of the pieces, And then it really adds to everything. And then of course when the UFO goes, there's a nice lighting effect that comes over here. So I always find it your art and animation so interesting because of all the little details inside of it.
Oh, thank you. I put them on purpose.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. I'm a big fan of that. I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
And subtle in some ways too. And I love that subtle. Like this one is you don't know what's going to happen until this opens up. And of course, look at the clouds and everything flow away. It always surprises me how you're able to capture that moment, of anticipation, and then all these things happen, and you definitely you hit that. This is yelling, like this is screaming, and you hit that, but you wouldn't know until until it opens up, and I love that. The subtleties are great.
Yeah, I'm going back to those. I love making those. They're so fun to make, but they take more time actually than the 3Ds or generative artworks. They seem so simple, but like they took a lot of time. And I don't mean that taking a lot of time is bad. I mean, I put more effort into those. Maybe I got lazy and went to 3D.
So we're coming close on the hour. For those of you who want to collect the POAP, let's do that real quick, and then we could talk about this amazing curatorial text. So if you have the POAP app loaded, I love saying that in sequence. Go to the POAP app, and then click on the Mint button. Everyone that used to seeing our streams should be used to this by now. Go to your secret word, and the secret word is going to be, of course, I forgot it. It's such a secret that I forgot. It's engineering design. So that's one word, engineering design. And if I say it again, I sound like I'm doing bingo, which I don't know if anyone likes bingo, but
engineer this.
No, it's like like E3, it really. I don't know if you ever play bingo. It always said like engineering design. There you go.
I understand you, DC. We're the old ones, buddy.
Yeah, we are. All right, so grab that POAP, and then Eleonora, why don't you take us through this amazing curatorial text? I always love when you do this.
I know I've talked a little about this during the discussion. Again, I just I had the feeling that these pieces by Sturec are very like to be in a dream for many different reasons. It's like there's a sort of contrast as it is in a dream where like you don't understand where it comes from if you are in reality, if you are in a dream, where sometimes you wake up and you feel that it was real, and sometimes there are people who never remember about their dreams. It's always a very tricky. It is a tricky moment of our lives when we sleep and we dream. And so it is for these works where the feeling is very, like all these colors and what you were saying, DC, these details in the animations. It's like it's in perfection, harmony, a piece, very clean and precise. But then, and I think that Sturec just confirmed when she was talking like just a few minutes ago. I mean, what's behind that is a completely right. Like the surface is here, but then underwater is a completely different world. And I think that you can feel that even before she said that. That's how I felt about this almost like fantastic worlds that we're seeing here. And so I asked myself, so it seems like there's no error, right? Like in her works, that there's no glitch. I don't see error here, but maybe it is just an illusion as it happens in a dream. And maybe all this, experimentation and this, I wouldn't say errors, but attempts and studies are hidden. and just manifest in a very nice way. I was thinking when you guys were talking about the filter that makes it more, like human, she said it makes it more imperfect. That's probably what makes us feel more, let's say, closer to these digital creations. Usually when a digital creation is very perfect, like for instance what she was saying about 3D, right, like clean, perfect, usually the human perception understands, like our brain understands that it's it's like an element which is far from us. It's like an external element. It doesn't recognize it. It's like, this is fake. It's like, it's digital. But then when you start putting like techniques or anything that makes it more non-perfect, that's when the eyes and the brain, I think, feel more comfortable in like accepting. This is why we feel so relaxed and peaceful, because it's like, oh, okay, this is not perfect. I understand this, because even the human body is not perfect already. So I really like that. I was thinking about that when you guys were talking about the movie thing. And then, of course, the use of geometry, which we talked about at the beginning of the interview, and her experience with math and engineer. I think that it's very clear somehow that she had an influence from somewhere. Now we know from who and where. And then I thought about what geometry is like as a discipline, and the fact that after all, everything that was studying was it's like this like perfect and accessible expression of all things, as I wrote, which is nature. And so I thought about the golden ratio, right? Divina proporzione. That's why I asked her, are you even using these proportions in your creations? Because the feeling that they emanate, the messages is very, very similar. Like the final feeling is very similar, and that's how I think that she's connected with geometry in this way, in the giving human beings a formula for beauty. Yeah, that's how I will end my speech. I'm done. I don't have anything else to add to the formula of beauty.
I love it.
Yeah, you're so deep. I love it too. I love this text, by the way. Like, I just want to mention again.
Thank you. I'm happy you like it. Yeah.
It's so good. And 100% of what you're saying. It's man, I love the art. And Sturec, I'm glad that you're coming back. Because I've missed you a lot, and I love to see your work, of course, and I'm a big fan, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you were able to come with us. This gallery looks fantastic, as it always does. Shout out to Rune and Cartoon, who put this together for us, and of course you have Eleonora's touches here, which I love. The reflections, I kept showing that because I love the artwork and colors and the reflections. It's just
can I tell you, DC? It's so funny that you bring that up, because I literally spend 30 minutes getting the reflections to look right, because I enjoyed the same thing, and the motion with the reflections. Man, I've been around you too long. They literally purpose.
Yeah, you could tell it's purposeful, and even the flow, it looks like a flowing water, and it just goes really good with the animations and the art, of course. But honestly, Sturec's art is going to look great wherever you put it.
No, the gallery is amazing. I love that.
No, thank you, and I appreciate that, and I was really hoping that you would enjoy it. I do have to say real quick, I didn't get a chance to say it, but my favorite piece, putting this in here, was Trance. I love Trance and the spinning colors and the reflections of glass looking. I love it. It's around the corner from where you are, right there. Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites. So I just had to say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It has the dark description as well,
Yeah,
even though it looks
you know what? I put the dark one and then the trans, and I was just like, yeah, I like this, the contrast.
Oh man, this has been fantastic. We're running up on the hour. We do have another show starting soon, so we will end here. But this has been amazing. Everybody, this gallery will be here forever, so please go see it. Rune is going to put up an announcement soon with all of the links and everything. So you want to check out Sturec's work. Of course, follow Sturec everywhere. I mean, Instagram. There's always stuff going on there. You have, of course, you have Twitter, and then you can find her work on various platforms, including Super Rare and some others. So definitely go check it out. I'm so glad that we had you today. This is fantastic, Eleonora. It's always a pleasure. Sturec, this is amazing. Any final words before we take off?
I just want to thank you. This has been super fun, and just I came back to the space. I'm so happy. I love you guys, and I'm so happy. Just everything's perfect. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh man,
Thank you, Sturec.
And I hope to meet you guys in real life as soon
We
as
will.
possible. Yeah.
one of these days. I look the same though, so just to let you know. But thanks again, everybody, for showing up and supporting us. We love doing this. This is fantastic. We always have a good time, and these galleries are insane. The art is always amazing. Again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you at the next event. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.